Reaching the apex of one's industry is hard, but staying there is harder. Today's climate requires upgrading one's tools and workspaces in order to maintain a competitive edge. For over 2 decades, iniTECH has partnered with Lecron to spearhead innovation and help global powerhouse companies increase their efficiency and maximizing throughput. Take, for example, Company X, a major worldwide player in the flavor and fragrance industry. But some time ago, Company X found themselves slipping from the mountaintop. Outdated systems of storing, organizing, pouring, and tracking materials left the company ever busy and falling further behind in production and growth. iniTECH pitched Company X on a highly individualized, holistic approach to updating their manufacturing processes based on hundreds of successful projects over decades of dedicated service to the industry. The pitch began with updating Company X with Batch Matrix, the brain of the manufacturing system, which directs activities and optimizes efficiency and workflow. But it didn't stop there. Because iniTECH understands that no two flavor plants or corporate companies are the same. And because of this, a one-size-fits-all approach frequently fails. iniTECH offers a 360-degree program of upgrades, which includes their own cutting-edge proprietary tools and is designed to incorporate any and all best-in-class equipment from the global marketplace. One of the many lessons learned through decades of work around the world. Let iniTECH and Lecron do what they do best. The floor of a flavor plant is a busy place. A lot can slow down production, and iniTECH quickly diagnoses the core of Company X's problems: unnecessary material movements. These added movements require extra hands on deck, and extra hands means additional foot traffic. Meet Luca, a hard-working compounder at Company X. He spends his entire day on his feet, constantly traversing their facility. He's just received a manufacturing order for a finished good, which includes a raw material that is stored at an off-site warehouse. In order for Luca to complete the PO, 12 time-consuming, non-value-added steps must occur. First, a worker at the warehouse has to locate the material, which often results in a tedious game of hide-and-seek, given the antiquated system of organizing and storing materials. Once he locates the material, it's removed from the rack and brought to a staging area for delivery. It's then loaded onto a truck and driven to the Company X facility. There it's unloaded and dropped off at a second staging area, before it's at last delivered to Luca. Finally, he can make the pour, before bringing it to the returns lane for a reweigh. The material is then restaged for shipping, unloaded back onto a truck and driven back to the offsite warehouse, where it's replaced in its original location. That's 12 non-value-added steps for one material pour. Because of this, Luca averages an exhausting 12,000 steps a day at Company X, which means he walks over 5 miles per shift. iniTECH believes in bringing the work to the worker, not the other way around. And the first step towards ensuring optimal output and savings for Company X is transforming a small pre-existing space in their facility into a manual robot room, armed with iniTECH's proprietary manual robots. The new manual robot organizes 60 of Company X's most used materials, creating a one-stop shop for dosing and weighing. The 2 Speedy Susies provide an additional 500 top materials, organized for easy access with hundreds more available in nearby shelving. And their inventory is now optimally organized, sized on a material-by-material basis, which vastly reduces need for replenishments. The new process immediately yields a projected 1,000% increase in productivity, with capability up to 2,000%. Additionally, iniTECH Solutions allows Company X to switch away from a tireless 24/7 355 schedule, now enjoying a lean and highly productive 12/5/300 schedule, all without reducing total pours per year. And in this new make-to-order world, Company X's 30-day average delivery time is well on its way to an ideal turnaround window of under 10 days. Their material movements shrink well over 80%, and the required boots on the floor is less than half of their prior state. And let's not forget about Luca. His 12,000 steps a day have been reduced to under 1,200. With far less movement, his time is spent working at a much more efficient and far less stressful pace. His new state-of-the-art workspace makes for a highly pleasant, operator-centric work environment. This results in higher worker retention, and lowered labor costs for Company X. With happy employees and a streamlined workflow, compounders no longer have to waste time searching for or waiting on materials, and Company X never needs to sweat out another worker shortage. Stay ahead of the curve with iniTECH. Don't settle for today. Always look towards tomorrow.